Hola, Fiberinos.
Hey, who's that guy?
That guy.
Right there? Who's that? Oh, wait. I got my hair cut.
You did. You got them all cut.
I did. I almost didn't recognize myself.
Welcome to another episode of the Disney Beats. I'm Cherry.
And I'm Gooch. I think.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
And Josie's in there watching Super Wide.
Super Wide.
So, hi guys. So we are back with another top 5 list. We promised it a couple of weeks ago, and then we had to kind of veer off track a little bit. But we are back with another top 5.
Top 5 character meals.
Top 5 character meals. So a lot kind of went into. We took all things into consideration.
And some of it is personal experience.
Yes. It's personal experience, character interaction, food quality.
How much Josie had fun.
How much, yeah, well, I will say we are a lot more knowledgeable about this than we are about the last list that we did, which was signature restaurants, because we have done every single restaurant that has, I'm getting to that has a character meal except for Mickey's Backyard Barbecue.
So, yeah, just to piggyback on what she was saying, if something that you've done that you really enjoyed doesn't make our list, it doesn't mean that we don't like it, because we like them all.
We've really enjoyed all of them.
And what goes into this, and as we go through the list, we'll explain a little bit about why it made it to that level of our list.
It was a hard list.
It was a hard list to come up with, because we do really enjoy them all. And if it didn't make my top 5, it's probably on my honorable mention.
Yeah.
It's just because we do like them all.
I kept it to 2 honorable mentions, but it was really hard not to go, okay, I like this and I like this one.
I did more honorable mentions than 2. But it could be, the food, it could be the atmosphere, location, it could be something that happened while we were at that particular restaurant that made us really enjoy it. So,
and we've only had one real actual negative experience at a character meal.
Yeah, and we won't even go into that.
Yeah, we're not going to go into that, but
because it
didn't make our list.
It was really kind of a fluke, to be honest, and it wasn't an overall negative experience. It was just one little moment.
Yeah,
that's all. So it didn't. I don't. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it didn't make either of our lists.
No, it didn't.
But I am willing to give it another try, because
that may be the one that didn't get the honorable mention for me.
And if you've had not so good experiences there, that's indicative of your experiences, not ours. Just like ours is not indicative of yours. Even the one negative that we had, I'd be willing to try it again.
Because it could have been just that cast member had a bad day.
It could be.
Now, if there's something that's not on our list that you believe should be, or if you think it should be different, make a comment. Tell us why.
Yeah.
We enjoy the feedback. We enjoy hearing what others think and what your experiences are. This is all our opinion. And opinions are like what? Everybody's got one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So anyway.
All right.
So here's our top 5.
All right. So your number 5.
Okay, my number 5 is really about. It's a lot about location and character interaction. Is Cinderella's Royal Table.
That's my number 5 too.
I actually kind of originally thought it would be a little higher on yours because of the location at Cinderella's castle.
Okay.
But
Josie.
And Josie. Now the reason it's on the list at number 5 is the reason it's on the list is location. And when you go in, you're received in a reception hall by Cinderella. Baby girl. Hey, baby girl, come here and say hello. Say hi, Josie.
You want to blow on kisses? Oh, I love you so much. So, hey, Josie, when you've gone to Disney World, do you like doing the character meals? Do you like meeting the characters at lunch or breakfast or dinner?
Who's your favorite character to eat lunch with?
Mickey.
Mickey.
Yeah.
And Donald.
Yeah.
And Goofy.
Daisy, Donald,
Daisy.
Pluto,
Yeah,
and Chippendale.
Yeah. And the princesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, she likes them all.
She just likes.
All right, run in there, watch Super Wild, baby girl.
Yeah. We'll be done in a moment.
Yep. Okay, so
So you know Josie's list.
Josie likes them all. Cinderella's Royal Table is my number 5, and it's all about location. When you go in, you're received in a reception hall by Cinderella. Then you wait and get your table. When you go upstairs, you have 4 other princesses come around to your table. Typically, it's Jasmine, Snow White, Aurora, and Ariel. We have seen Rapunzel there.
I've seen videos of Rapunzel there.
Yeah,
I haven't.
So the lineup could change up a little bit.
Yeah.
When we've been there, it's typically been Snow White, Jasmine, Aurora, and Ariel. Those are the 4 that are typically in the lineup.
Now I'm going to interject just for overall. Disney does not guarantee characters at any of the character meals.
No. Those are just the ones that have been there when we've been there.
Yeah, but they are very quick to say that lineup is subject to change.
Yes.
And that can happen at any character meal for any of them. And your experiences vary, just like, pretty much with any meal, period.
Now the reason it's not higher on my list is more about value. It's not a buffet. It's you order off of a menu. It's a fairly limited menu.
It's a set price.
It's a set price, and it takes 2 dining credits if you're on meal plan for Cinderella's Royal Table. So it is rather expensive. It's considered a signature, and that's more about the location.
It's all about the location and character experience.
Breakfast or lunch or dinner in Cinderella's castle, right in the center of Magic Kingdom. So it really is all about location and the surroundings that you're in. And if you have a little princess along with you or a prince with you, it's a great experience for all the kids. They get, the princesses get a little fairy wand and a wishing star, and the princes get a little sword and a wishing star. So it's good for boys and girls, especially if the little girls have been to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique beforehand.
You will see that in an upcoming vlog.
So number 5, Cinderella's Royal Table.
Yeah, I will say we've done both breakfast and lunch together. I did dinner way back. For me, for 2 dining credits, it's not that the food is bad, the food is really good, but when I'm taking food quality into consideration, the ones that made it higher on my list
had better food quality.
Yeah. So
and most of them, for me, I don't know about for you, but for me, were 1 dining credit.
Yes. So we are in agreement with number 5. All right, so number 4.
So number 4 for me is a newer character meal, and it features Rapunzel and Flynn and Ariel and Eric, and it's located at the Boardwalk, and the name of the restaurant is Trattoria Al Forno.
It didn't make my list. I think because it's so
new. And we've done it one time. We did it on our last trip in May, which we're ways away from you seeing that vlog because we're still putting up.
We're still putting out December, yeah.
But it was a really good experience. It's very much like Cinderella's Royal Table in that it has a menu that you order from, and they have certain packaged breakfasts that you can order that they bring out to your table.
It's like Cinderella's Royal Table in that way. They have a set price. But they are only breakfast.
And they're only breakfast for the character dining, and it's 1 dining credit. But it's the only place where you can actually meet Flynn and Prince Eric outside of like the Christmas party or whatever. And it's a really good interaction with Rapunzel and Ariel, and they do a parade through the restaurant for all the kids, and it's just a lot of fun. So we had a good time. And this past May was our first time doing this particular one, and I think it's because you have different than the canned normal characters, and the food was really good, and it's located at the Boardwalk, so it's easy access to Epcot. And it was just a really good experience. So that's my number 4.
Okay. The reason why I was looking where is because my phone is frozen. So and it's like.
Okay, I hope you remember your list.
No, I can see it. It's just like super dark. I don't know what's going on with it. Seriously, I don't know what's going on with it. It's weird.
We'll figure it out.
But my number 4 is another princess experience. It is one I think we have hit probably every time that you and I have gone. It is located at Epcot in the Norway Pavilion, and it is Akershus. And I got confirmation on one of our trips. The way you pronounce it is Aker Sus.
And she actually went to the Norway Pavilion and asked the lady from Norway how you pronounce it.
So it's like Aker and then like Dr. Seuss.
So if you've ever wondered how to pronounce that,
now you know.
We got it from an authority.
Yes.
Somebody from there, and you know.
Yeah. So anyway, we really, really love this. If you can, because Cinderella's Royal Table is insanely hard to get.
And it's 2 credits.
And it's 2 credits.
Aker Sus is 1.
Aker Sus is 1.
And Aker Sus is a buffet, family style.
It's a family style and a buffet, and I'll explain that.
Yeah.
Well, at breakfast, it's like that. So we have done both the breakfast, which we love, and the lunch, which is pretty good.
I like the breakfast.
I definitely like the breakfast better. The cheesy potato casserole is worth the price of admission alone, people. So at breakfast they have like a cold, and at breakfast and lunch they have a cold buffet where you can get meats and cheeses. They used to have this in fruit. They used to have the seafood salad that was so good, but when we were there the last couple of times they didn't have it.
I wonder if that was a breakfast thing, because when we were there last time it was lunch.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Come on, Disney, bring it back.
But anyway,
so it is actually a little bit harder to get into the into Aker Sus now. I think the word's kind of getting out, but it is an excellent alternative to Cinderella's Royal Table because you get greeted by a princess. We have been greeted by Ariel before, but I think the norm to be greeted by is Belle. And then you have, is it 4 princesses?
It's 4 princesses.
Usually for us, it's been Ariel, Snow White, Aurora, and Cinderella. Yeah. But the last time that we were there at lunch, it was Jasmine instead of Aurora, which was very unusual and a little bit of a letdown because we decided to go there so she could have interaction with Aurora, but still it was a great interaction.
Again, echoing what she said earlier, the lineups do change from time to time.
Yes, and we experienced that. Overall, the food is really good, especially at breakfast. At breakfast, you also get a buffet or a family style that has traditional. What's on the buffet or what's on the buffet line is
more traditional
Norwegian fare, like Mooster cheese and smoked salmon and pepper mackerel and stuff like that. But you get like a traditional breakfast brought to you family style with like scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, that cheesy potato casserole. I cannot talk about how good it is more. I know. But we have always had a wonderful character interaction. Yep. If you saw some of our vlogs from the December trip, they do a parade. Josie really got into the parading. She is a parading fool. Now that was her first parade without mommy and daddy. So we have a lot of memories attached to that, and that's why it's a little bit higher on my list than Cinderella's Royal Table. To me, I prefer if it's a eat as much as you can enjoy. Eat all you care to enjoy. I prefer a family style to a buffet. Right. And the stuff that they bring and the stuff on the buffet is good. But I can't say enough good things about.
So I'm going to piggyback right into my number 3, which is Aker Sus.
Oh, there you go.
So actually, Aker Sus was higher on my list than on hers because Aker Sus is my number 3 for all of the reasons that she just said. The food is good. We've always had a good interaction with characters. It gets us into Epcot a little sooner if you get an early reservation for breakfast. I do prefer the breakfast to the lunch.
Yes.
My personal opinion.
I agree.
But yeah, Aker Sus is great, and I'm not going to elaborate much more on that because she said just about everything you can say about it.
So yeah, it's fantastic. So
that was my number 3. Your number 3.
My number 3 is to me. It was really my number 1, 2, and 3 was really hard to choose from.
Mine were 2.
And
they were all hard to choose.
It was really hard to choose, but especially my top 3 because it can go either way every time. If it was going based solely on food quality, this would be my number one, actually. It is located at Animal Kingdom. It is Tusker House.
Yeah, see, this one I struggled with because I really wanted Tusker House to be in my top 5, and it didn't make it.
Oh, man.
And part of the reason is because it was Josie's first character meal. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It was her first character meal where she met Donald and
Yes,
Goofy
and Daisy.
And Daisy. So there were some firsts there for us, and
Yeah.
she did hot dog dance with them there for the first time.
But for me, with this you get the characters in their safari gear, and typically it's Mickey, Goofy, Donald, Daisy, and is it Pluto?
It's Goofy, Donald, Daisy, and Mickey.
And Mickey,
it's
so 4. Okay.
And they're in their safari gear.
Yes. But going on food quality, both breakfast and lunch,
It's fantastic.
fantastic. The breakfast is really good. It doesn't have that much of a traditional African fare. It's definitely much more towards a traditional breakfast. But when you get into
traditional American breakfast.
But when you get into the lunch,
Oh my gosh, it's good.
it actually is. It doesn't quite beat Boma,
No, but
but it's close.
But,
It's a really
they probably have some of the same philosophies around preparing the food that they
Yes.
would at Boma.
Yes.
Because it's the same sort of setup, just not as much of a variety.
I guess it's because of space. But
Yeah.
as far as food quality, with the taste and
really
with selection, it's hard to beat Tusker House,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
good.
so good, and it's a great way if you're having breakfast there, get an early breakfast in. You can be there for park open, and it's right there in the Africa section, right there by Festival of the Lion King and Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Yeah, so it's a good location.
So it's a very good location. Once you come out of that, you can head right into either Festival of the Lion King, or you can head right into Kilimanjaro Safaris. So it's a great location, great character interaction. We've always had fantastic character interaction there, and the food is so freaking good.
And the jungle juice.
And the jungle. Okay, this and my number 2, and we haven't done our favorite all you care to enjoy restaurants. That may be the next list we do. But all 3 of those have that same juice. It is this mango guava
goodness.
just this
It's very
glass
refreshing.
of yumminess.
It's like drinking sunshine.
It really
It
is.
really is.
It is. So my number 3 is, and I highly recommend it, Tusker House.
Now it's funny because as we go through this list and we're seeing the differences in our there's no wrong answer
No, they're not.
to any of it because it's all good. My number 2 actually probably won't surprise you that it's in my top 2, but it may surprise you that it's not my top pick at all.
Really?
Because you know that this is probably my overall favorite restaurant at Disney World.
I think I know what it is.
But there's a reason that I'll get into later why it's not number 1. And my number 2 is Ohana.
It's my number 2!
Okay, so Ohana for breakfast is you have Mickey and Pluto in their Hawaiian gear, and you also have Lilo and Stitch.
It's definitely the only place you can see Lilo.
It's the only place you can see Lilo, and for Stitch, it's one of the few places. You can sometimes catch Stitch in Tomorrowland, I think, right? And he does the show, the stage show. So, Ohana breakfast is family style, and it's bacon and eggs and sausage and
Mickey waffle and
Mickey
Stitch
waffle
waffles.
and Stitch waffle, and it has this cold fruit tray that comes out, and it has the Stitch juice, which is the same as Jungle Juice, and it's at the Polynesian Resort, which we love.
And you saw some video from one of our previous vlogs
Right.
of Josie's of our time at Ohana.
Now the only meal that is a character meal is breakfast.
Yes.
The dinner there, which we've also had, is flippin' fantastic. It's set up like a Brazilian style, or it's actually set up like a luau. They just keep bringing food to your table, meat on skewers, basically. And for a meatitarian like me, yes, I said meatitarian, like me, that's like heaven.
Yeah.
And it's so good, and the character interaction is fantastic, and it's just so relaxing in the atmosphere. It's so friendly. You got that Polynesian feel, like you're in Hawaii, and everybody's cousins, and the parade that they do through the
really cute.
through the
Hawaiian roller
restaurant,
coaster.
the Hawaiian roller coaster from Lilo and Stitch is flipping fantastic, and Josie
It's
loves
so much fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and that's my number 2, and
It's my
really
number,
hard for me not to make it number 1, but there's a reason why
it's my number 2, but from what I'm hearing, they now have Stitch where you go and meet Stitch. Like if you've ever been to Minnie's Holiday Dine
They have them at a like a booth up front,
or they have them at a thing up front where you will meet
pictures.
Stitch and you'll take pictures. But I've heard rumblings that Stitch will be going back. Now I don't know how true this is, so don't quote me on
I
this.
think they should bring in Moana.
That's what I've been hearing. I've heard
or Maui.
I've heard that they are toying with the idea of putting Stitch back in the mill and making Moana.
Well, the times
front.
that we've been there, even the last time in May, he was in the meal.
He was in the mill, but this is a recent change.
Okay.
Like in the past,
so
month or so.
Yes, do bring Moana to because we've been talking about this. Ohana is the perfect place to showcase Moana and Maui.
Yes, absolutely.
And please do.
Absolutely. So.
But don't take Stitch and Lilo out.
No.
Ohana is all about
or
Lilo
Mickey
and
and
Stitch,
or Mickey and Pluto.
Just add.
Yes. So.
Moana and Maui.
Why do I have a feeling that your number 1 is going to be my number 1?
Probably because this is the first place Josie ever met Mickey.
All right, so his number 1 and my number 1 is 1, 2, 3.
Garden
Grill. So Garden Grill
We've done breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's all fantastic. The lunch and the dinner is the same.
So yeah, okay. So Garden Grill is located in Epcot in the Land Pavilion. If you're doing Soarin',
And it rotates.
I'm getting to that.
I like. I'm sorry.
You
I'm
have
stealing her thunder.
you have Soarin' and Living with the Land on the bottom floor. Up top, when you come around the corner where the Lion King movie is.
Yep.
Garden Grill is right there in the center. It is a very slow rotating restaurant. It rotates like once every hour. The breakfast and the lunch and the dinner, we have never been disappointed.
All been good.
For breakfast, you get your traditional sausage, bacon, eggs.
It's family style.
You get like a sticky bun plate come out first.
That's really good.
You get fruit.
Because of the cinnamon, but
Yeah, you get fruit. The lunch is, to me, I kind of compare it to at least as far as what you get. I kind of compare it to what's that place? Liberty Tree Tavern.
Yes.
It's like almost like a Thanksgiving type of meal.
It's got turkey, and it's got roast beef, and it's got mashed potatoes, and it's got goldfish mac and cheese for the kiddos.
The bacon leek stuffing.
The
bacon leek stuffing is really good.
Yeah, it's a really nice.
And you get a
meal.
salad before, we have the food is good. The character interaction
It's great
because the place is not very big. Every time that we have been there, we have gotten extra character interaction with several of the characters. Now the characters who are there, they're in their farmer gear because it's the Garden Grill. It's supposed to be farm fresh. And
Living with the Land is right underneath,
Yes.
and when you rotate, you're actually rotating around into a portion of Living with the Land.
Yes, you see the inside of the attraction.
Right.
The characters that are normally there are Mickey, Pluto, and Chip and Dale. This is one place where this is the one place that you will have character interaction with Chip and Dale. But every meal that we have had, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, has never disappointed. It is so good. I'm actually going to miss it when I'm gonna have to say it really loud. When we go in November, Josie still doesn't know. We didn't make reservations for that, and I'm kind of sad because it's one of our favorites.
Now,
And it's
the reason
one
dining credit. Now, the
credit.
reason it is our favorite, and I'm pretty sure it's the same reason, it is the first time and first place where Josie met Mickey. It was her first time meeting him, and it was the first time that she
I'm
realized
about to tear up just thinking
that
about
we
it.
were
Oh my God.
the first time she realized where we were, because she saw, oh, Pluto, that's cool, and oh, Chip, that's cool, and oh, that's cool. Oh my gosh, that's Mickey! And she lost her mind.
It was,
and I've got a picture of her, if you're a Facebook friend with me, of her hugging Mickey the first time, and
she ran to Mickey.
him.
Oh my gosh!
And it was hard to keep her from running to him while he was still with another family. She ran to him. She didn't know what to do other than hug him.
Oh,
and
so awesome.
And that is probably one of the biggest mommy daddy wins ever.
Yeah. That was a last minute meal that I found.
It was a last minute meal that she found, and it was a dinner, and it was really our first day there. We had just gotten in, and it was one of our first meals.
It was our second day, I think. It was second day, but
it was our second day after travel day.
Yes.
Well, our first day after travel day. Really.
Yes.
But that whole moment is still burned in my mind, and probably forever will be.
Yeah. So with food quality, character interaction, and
the
experience and memory,
and the sentimental. Yeah,
yes, it's hands
that's
down
our number one.
Yes.
Grill.
So what are your honorable mentions?
My honorable mentions list is probably more extensive than yours, but it was hard not to add any of these to the list.
It's not like I couldn't.
So I've got Crystal Palace, where you meet the Pooh characters. Really good buffet. I've got 1900 Park Fair, where you can meet Mary Poppins and Mad Hatter for breakfast, and for dinner you can and Tigger and Pooh for breakfast, and for lunch and dinner, and Alice. And for lunch and dinner you can meet Cinderella and Prince Charming, as well as the evil stepsisters and Lady Tremaine, that's a great interaction.
That's worth the price.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Chef Mickey's, which is at the Contemporary, where you've got Mickey and Donald and Goofy, and I think Minnie is there also.
All five of them, yes.
And the Fab Five is there. Tusker House is one of my honorable mentions, which is really hard not to put that on my top 5. And Hollywood and Vine is another honorable mention, where you can do Minnie's Holiday Dine during the holidays, but they also have
they have breakfast with the Disney Junior
characters.
We haven't done the breakfast. We did lunch back when the Disney Junior.
So you can have Doc McStuffins and Handy Manny and Sophia and Jake at Hollywood and Vine. So that's my honorable mentions.
Okay, well, I've got 2 honorable mentions. I managed to keep it to 2. It was really hard. My first honorable mention is 1900 Park Fair. Like he said, it's different characters in the morning, like in the breakfast time. You have Mary Poppins, Alice,
and that's located at the Grand Floridian.
At the Grand Floridian. Mary Poppins, Mad Hatter, and Tigger and Pooh. We've done the breakfast, and for dinner, Cinderella, Prince Charming, and ages ago I actually did, but it's very rare when this happens. You can catch the fairy godmother there. But the food is good.
It's buffet.
But the character interaction at dinner with Lady Tremaine and the stepsisters.
Oh my gosh, they're hilarious.
It is worth the price of admission on, and a really good alternative if you're having a Magic Kingdom day and you cannot get into Cinderella's Royal Table. You just take a boat over to Grand Floridian
or the monorail,
and boom, there you are. And my last honorable mention is Crystal Palace. We have done both lunch and breakfast there.
Both good.
Both food was really good.
It's buffet.
And of course, it's located in Magic Kingdom. And Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore, and Piglet.
Yep.
Actually, the vlog we just released the other day has our breakfast from
Crystal Palace.
Yes. So yeah, that's our list.
Yeah.
That's it.
So there you go. So please comment below. Let us know your thoughts. If you have different opinions or ideas, please comment below. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, so I think our next filmed video, I think this weekend we're going to film Our D23 reaction. I know we're late to the game on this.
We're late to
but
the game on
busy.
that.
We've been busy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna film our reactions to the things that have been released.
By the
from
way,
D23.
watch Mermaid and Jedi Adventures vlog on that because
Yes.
they've got some really good ideas on that.
Yes.
You guys, we're spot on some of our thoughts on that. So
Yes.
watch the Mermaid and Jedi Adventures vlog. On that, they just put that up a couple of. It was either last night or the
It was
night before,
Friday. It was Friday.
or
It was Friday.
So it was last Friday.
They do videos
so,
every Friday.
So it's been about a week. But check that one out, and I'm sure you'll get some insight on what their thoughts were on that too.
Yes, and our next, our next top 5, I think, is going to be our top 5 all you care to enjoy restaurants. So that can be buffet, it can be family style, it can be a character meal, it can be a non-character meal. So there you go.
There you have it.
And we'll have that for you next week. So for Josie,
Gooch.
I'm Cherry. We're the Disney Beans, and I'm sorry this is so long. But as we always like to end our videos with, love, peace, rock, and a little bit of pixie dust.
See ya.
Bye, guys. We'll see you real soon.